AITA for telling my sister she's going to lose her daughter over the grudge she keeps carrying? My sister Viv has a daughter named Serenity. I'll call her Sarah for the post. So when Sarah was 7, her dad passed away. Her dad walked out the door to work that morning and got into an accident which cost him and 2 others their lives. Viv was shell-shocked. She and Sarah's dad were high school sweethearts who had Sarah the year after they finished college. Sarah and her dad were as close as could be, and his loss rocked her. About a year later, Viv met her current husband Michael. A year after they started dating, they introduced Sarah and Michael's daughter Mia to each other. Sarah was 9 at the time and asked her mom not to keep dating Michael and not to be Mia's stepmom. She told Viv she wanted her to herself and didn't want to be second choice to her. Viv, instead of showing concern that Sarah would feel that way, or even ask some questions about where that was coming from, called her selfish and told her she was a child who had no idea how the world worked and would not get to be selfish by denying another kid a mom. She also told her Michael was looking forward to being her stepdad and that she'd be better off having another dad and a sister for the first time. I remember at the time telling Viv that she had felt the very same way when our dad married our stepmom. And we didn't even lose our mom to death, she just left our lives. Viv was especially angry that our stepmom had 2 kids of her own and didn't want anything to do with them. She said she was a selfish little itch back then too and realizes now they were the best thing to happen to us. Sarah is 16 now and she's in high school. Mia is 15 and also in high school. The girls are not close. I think both still see themselves as only children and they're not claiming each other from what I know. Viv has held on to what Sarah said as a 9-year-old girl who lost her dad and was scared to lose her mom, and because she and Mia aren't close, she brings it up to her constantly and accuses her of trying to get her way by not embracing Mia. Michael, I have come to realize, just wanted someone to raise his daughter, and is not really involved all that deeply in anything related to his marriage to Viv or being a parent to either girl, even Mia. Sarah told me, my husband and my Mill, who acts as another grandma to her, that she feels like her mom hates her and that she wishes she could move out. She told me she can see now that Mia is more important to her and that unless she loves Mia and adopts her as a real sister she'll never have her mom back. She also told me she wishes she had never said anything to Viv and how much it makes her wish her dad was still around. Viv didn't like how much time Sarah was spending with us, confronted me and I told her she would lose her daughter if she doesn't get over this grudge and accept that her child just wanted to experience less change after such a big loss. Viv said I was ruining her family. She also called me a itch, AITA? WIBTA if I blocked off access to my land that locals use to access trails. Hello, looking to see if I'm overreacting or who's would be bothered by this situation. My husband and I recently bought and moved into a new house that has 3 acres of land. The land backs up to a river and is one of the main things that made us want to buy the house. At the closing, the previous owners let us know that some neighbors will cut through our land to access trails in the back. Not sure at that point whose land it is or if it's public, but they are walking through our yard for a good portion to get back there. Some people take their dogs multiple times a day, while others like to go 4-wheeling back there, technically not allowed, and some people get fined. When they first said something, my initial reaction was that it wouldn't bother me at all and is far enough out of view for me to not notice, care. The previous owner also told us they are really respectful people who came to him before they moved on, asked if they thought they could still use it once we moved in. They had this previous arrangement with him after he got upset and told them he'd block it off if they weren't considerate about when and how they accessed it. He rightfully told them he doesn't know and they will have to introduce themselves to us and ask when we move in. So I've been expecting them to come by, but they haven't. However, I've already seen them multiple times cutting through our yard. It turns out, it bothers me more than I thought. I don't like that they didn't come ask, and it's much more in sight than I realized. When I look out in my yard I can clearly see them. The other issue is I have 2 dogs of my own who get riled up when they see other dogs in their yard. I'm also 38 weeks pregnant and want to make sure I feel safe in my new home as we're about to welcome our new baby. So, WIBTA if I blocked off the access point on my land that has a trail that leads through our yard for locals to get to other trails in the back. AITA for not doing anything, hostess Y, for my in-laws visit, given I'm 3 weeks postpartum. My husband's family lives on the other side of the country. We had our first child at the height of COVID, so my husband's parents, sister, and her family did not meet him in person until his first birthday. I just delivered our second 2 weeks ago, and my husband's family, 4 adults and 3 kids, asked if they could all visit during spring break to see the baby, which is the end of next week. I said okay. Although the 7 of them would be staying at an Airbnb, I know they will be spending all day every day at our home to see the kids. I told my husband to make sure they know we will be ordering in every meal, and beyond eggs and cereal and some drinks and snacks, i.e. chips and fruit, I wasn't planning to get much else. I'm also tired and up. With the baby all night, I'm still trying to get breastfeeding established, and I'm exhausted at the very thought of 7 people being in my house every day for a week while I'm trying to nurse and manage a toddler's big emotions around a new sibling. His response was, well, we are going to need X and X for my parents and X for the kids, and I was thinking one day I can make X. And he started describing needing to get the best bread and the best cheese, all of which involves trips to numerous places. He even said he was going to ask my dad, who occasionally buys us some specialty grocery stuff that I ask for and drops it off, to pick up a bunch of items for them. At this point, I got really mad. I said, I am not trying to go above and beyond here and play host when I'm 3 weeks postpartum. They can eat the stuff from the grocery store even if it's not the B-stand deal for 5 days. He told me I sound spiteful. I was also frustrated because when his family visits, my husband checks out and just plays with his nephews and chats for hours with his bill, and I know I'm going to be the one setting out snacks, tidying up, etc. He seems more concerned with his family having fun, the visit being a good time, and with them being comfortable, than with me getting what I need. I feel like it doesn't matter what I ask for, he isn't going to have my back, so I have to protect myself and my own well-being. We got in a big fight about it. I yelled at him and I'm not really talking to him now. They show up next week, and I'm feeling a lot of anger and resentment about it, so am I the AmItheAsshole for not lifting a finger for me visitors? AITA for not telling my sister about a secret that my niece told me. I, 45M, am the youngest of 5 siblings. I understandably have a lot of nieces and nephews and have always been the cool uncle to them. However, I'm exceptionally close to one of my nieces. Let's call her Valentina. She is now 24. Valentina's parents divorced when she was 6. Her dad was permanently out of the picture and her mom, 48F, remarried and had 2 more kids, 15M and 13F. With her current husband. Valentina has always been close to me, but we got much closer after her mom remarried. She is kind of a lone wolf and I am the only one she was comfortable with. Before Valentina went to college, at around age 16, she came to me and opened up about liking girls. It was a very emotional day and she made me swear not to tell her mom. I kept my word, and I said I will let her do this at her own speed and her own terms. She'd come to me with girlfriend issues and stuff, and we would talk, but I never told my sister. Valentina worked really hard and got into one of the best colleges and moved away at 18. We still kept in touch, but understandably less so than when SHE was home. She now works in a different state, at a job I'm proud she has. I recently got to meet her current girlfriend, 28F, when I was visiting her. I did not tell my sister this as well. Now since Valentina is kind of serious about her GF, she said she was going to tell her mother soon. Yesterday I got a call from my sister, calling me all kinds of names, and included. She said I should have told her about Valentina's sexual orientation before and that I was an for doing things behind her back. After the phone call, I started doubting myself. Should I have mentioned this to my sister before? AITA for not holding back with affection anymore just because my boyfriend's brother is uncomfortable and making him homeless. My boyfriend, 29 meters, and I, 23 meters, are pretty affectionate people and like to display that affection, or PDA. Nothing too crazy, just holding hands, maybe some cuddling when in the right environment and a peck here and there. Nothing straight people don't do routinely. When we are at his parents' we tone it down, not because they are uncomfortable but because his brother, 26 meters, is and we don't want to deal with the stupid hit he says under his breath. There have also been a few instances of me and BF holding hands or just pecking on the cheek and him saying some stupid hit like, I don't want to see that asterisk hit. Recently my BF's brother introduced his GF to everyone. She stays over there a lot since BF's brother lives with their parents. There have been occasions where they will be full on making out in the living room or groping each other. This irks the UCK out of me since when me and my BF do anything just PG he has a tiny fit. So me and my BF decided no more holding back, he will just have to deal with it. We still keep it respectful, no making out or groping, just little displays of affection. Like I said, for some clarification, their parents absolutely don't mind, and since we haven't held back, have said they feel relieved, we finally feel comfortable around them enough to not have to worry about policing ourselves. I absolutely love his parents, lol. One night we were having a movie night, me, BF, parents, brother and his GF. It's a movie night, so I am cuddling into his chest while he has his arm wrapped around me, nothing nobody else is doing. Out of nowhere, his brother burst into a hit fit, going off about how he's not going to have our disgusting hit in his house and some slurs that you can probably guess. After his little tantrum, his parents kicked him out of their house and wantello him back. Now me and BF are playing block whack-a-mole with his extended family, calling us horrible hit for making his brother homeless. He's couch surfing. His parents are also getting hit but have assured me it's alright, but I feel guilty that this has caused so much drama for my BF and his lovely parents all over a fucking cuddle. AITA?